Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Rogio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Speed Scene Live. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck, and always with us is the lovely Diana Might.
Welcome.
She's right alongside Scott Lucky Hudson.
I'm going to do a little photin' and a little crew updating during the show.
Hey, a new word, photin'.
Fotin', yeah,
Gotta
you be
get me
floating
some
around.
photos.
Yeah.
I'm floating around.
Yeah. And handling all the screens and the switches and the knobs and everything else, it's our own Mr. Bruce Barker.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And yet more.
Nice.
Yes, lots more.
Now, tonight we're going to show some more of the cell phone photos that people have been sending in. I'm asking you guys, hey, send me photos of your car. We'll put them on the show. Email them to speedscene@aol.com. And Super Chevy Show is coming to Auto Club Famoso May 31st to June 2nd. And I just entered online. Hey, you're looking at some footage of the Curry booth and the Hedman booth, and Hot Rod Bob will tell you about that. But I entered for the Super Chevy Show online. I got my racer cards, my racer entry, my tech card, everything, and you can also get your spectator admission just by going to thefote.com. Yes, that's right. You heard right. You can get your tech card ahead of time, buy it on thefote.com, and when you roll up to the gate, you're dialed in.
And also tonight, Brett Big Swag Wagner. Well, he's going to be here talking to Kent Rose from the Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags. Charlie Harmon from NMCA NMRA will be with us talking about the big NMCA West race coming up at Pomona here in Southern California.
Hey, I want to thank Scotty Richardson from Schooled by Scotty for being on the Sam Oxer Jr. radio show last night. And he's going to be on Speed Scene Live TV real soon talking about his Schooled by Scotty class. Next week, Donnie Couch will be on Sam Oxer Jr. show.
That's a nice little falcon there, isn't it? That's what that is, right?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I noticed they put the blue Ford oval in the grill, which wouldn't have been correct for that model,
No,
right?
not at all. No logo in the center
In
of that
fact, when did they change back from the crest to the blue oval? Remember?
They kind of
sort of morphed over
it
time.
in, and as a new model came out, they started putting it on there.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Speed Scene Live is going to be at Great Bend this June. You've heard about this already, and the reason I'm talking about it is because it's bigger than ever. Filming the Speed Scene Live Nationals, racing. It's going to be all sorts of fun. 3 big days of racing and a chance to get your car on television. And, of course, we got lots of interviews we're going to be doing, filming the racing, lots more. 3 great big boxes of free stuff to hand out. There's going to be hats and T-shirts and all kinds of stuff. And, of course, you can get your own official Speed Scene Live sticker as well.
Really?
And as we've proven unofficially,
Yes.
that gets your car an extra 10th on the track. So
That's what they say, huh?
that's right. Curry Rear End's going to be making custom-made jackets. These things are beautiful, and all the winners are going to get them. Also, Scotty Richardson's going to be there at the Speed Scene Live Nationals doing a class on the Friday, the day before the race. If you want more info, it's all at schooledbyscotty.com. Easy as that.
Yeah, and we've got plenty of gas for you tonight. Scott and I were down at the Edelbrock 75th Anniversary Rev It Up for Kids Car Show, and we're going to tell you all about that. Now, Brian Layton's not going to be here tonight, but next week he's going to be back with the GotBypass.com Off-Road Report, and he's going to be talking with TJ Flores.
Also coming up on Speed Scene Live TV, the boat drags, speedway motorcycles, sprint cars, drag coverage from NMCA West Pomona Race, Ken from Turtle Racing, talking about his Baja Racing, and so much more.
Hey, here's one of the models that was posing out at the Revved Up for Kids car show.
Yeah, right. In a woman's eyes, all the models look like that.
Well, Dynamite, I think you should introduce our special guest tonight, because tonight we have a huge celebrity guest.
Well, we do. We'd like to welcome Brett Big Swag Wagner. Brett, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the big lead-in. I'm getting ready for Kentucky next week, so I got my camouflage hat on.
Nice.
I could barely see you.
Yeah. Get your duck call ready?
I look. Oh no! Hey, those guys are getting 8 million to 9 million people watching a week. Who would have thought Duck Dynasty, huh?
Gotta love it.
Yeah, 8 to 9 million. We only get 1.5 million to watch this show.
Yeah.
That's
But so we got some improvement.
Well, we need some guns. We need some duck.
Yes.
Dead or alive, I don't know.
That's
And
fine.
some swamp water.
Hey, but thanks. It's always a pleasure to come on here with you guys. I like coming and hanging out with you, and it's you guys are always so nice and generous, giving me a little airtime. So thank you.
Yeah, whenever Brett walks in, we have to tilt all the cameras up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you should tilt it up a little more because he's bring his camera up and bring Diana's camera down.
He's a big hunk of man, so it's kind of hard to adjust the cameras to him.
we just need a bigger studio, that's all.
It is.
It's coming. You guys, honestly, you know this, and a lot of people talk about it, but you do a great service for the drag racing community. People, they don't, there's just these people, they like to be on TV, they like to, no, you do a great service for the drag racing community and getting the word out there and getting the sponsorships and, talking to people that normally wouldn't be able to talk.
It's all about the sportsman racers, and that's what we try to emphasize. Yep. That's why, we tell you guys, send in your pictures, send in your photographs. Let us show your car on Speed Scene Live. We were just talking before the show.
Actually,
1.5 million viewers out there watch us.
Actually, I don't even want to be on TV. I want to be at the track, drag racing. But this is something to do in between the drag racing. It's what you do.
Passes the time, yes.
Yeah, I got something to do. Can't work on the car.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Passing the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 160 episodes. We did pretty good.
Yeah.
And you never know.
160.
You never know if it's going to come back. I think there's a big yearn. Is that the right word for it, Bruce? Yearning for the show, and I know they're still getting. But I think since Fox owns Speed and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with that network. I think they have a heavy duty task at hand. But I think we'll. With what's on TV now as far as drag racing, they definitely need something. So whether they give us a show, whether they give Lucky and
they should
a show, which they should in Dynamite.
Just give me some race gas and a tech card, and I'm good to go.
You say you need gas?
Wait,
That's what we've got Bob
specific.
More specific.
More specific.
Please be specific.
Well, Brett, you're coming in here tonight to talk about the Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags, which is happening this weekend out in Kentucky. What's the name of that town?
Well, it's let me get this straight. Where is that? Bruce will help me out. Prestonsburg, and then also
nicely done.
It's also combined with another town right next to it, and I want to make sure we get that.
I know, and you know what? I know our guest on the phone.
Is it Berg Preston? We have Claremont and Montclair, and they're right next door to
we
each
did
other.
the voiceovers for it, and I can't. But it's at Combs Airport, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is right in between Prestonsburg and Kent Rose will tell us the other city. But I think this is the third year they got it going on. They're going to have about 15,000 folks there and a couple hundred cars, and it. Both mayors of the town have jumped. The whole
both
two
mayors?
of these. Both mayors. There's two towns.
Two towns. Oh, 2 towns.
Well, why don't we go to line 1 and welcome Kent? Kent, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We're doing great.
Kent, welcome to Speed Scene Live. It's an honor to have you on the show, and we're excited about this race. And Brett's going to fly out there and be hanging out there with you guys, having a great time at the airport. And while we talk to you, we've got some great footage to show everybody. But
awesome.
That's a beautiful country, too.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's just green and gorgeous. Now, you kind of hit a nerve with this, and you found a niche that people really respond to, and people are really coming out and just packing your events.
Yeah, they sure are. Yeah, we had 176 cars there at our opener the last year, and we had 206 cars at the last event and had over 10,000 people through the gates. We're expecting 250 to 300 cars this time, and like Brett said there, somewhere around 10 to 15,000 people. What we got our vendors and everybody prepared for.
Well, what is Hillbilly Drags? What is it?
I'm a hillbilly myself. And, back there, when I was growing up and stuff, we used to get out there on the road, and just flag them off. And we just kind of do that thing that we was doing illegally, but we're doing it in a legal environment now.
Yeah.
And, we have, there's no kind of lights whatsoever. We just have a wind light down there at the end, and I just pull the cars up there and, line them up and flag them off like we did back in the old days. And, man, it just, it's exploded. People are coming from all over. And, we give them a fair shake, and we take care of the racers. And, like I'm doing now, I talk all the way through the show, from the time that I step out there on the runway. Here's another thing, too. There's absolutely no track prep whatsoever. We got a burnout box. We let everybody get out there, and heat the tires up and pull up there. But, it evens the cars out. And the way that I do the classes, it's only by the tires. And, we got an outlaw class, we got a drag radio class, a drag radio cage, drag radio no cage, you got a grocery getter class, but it's all based on the tars. It's the tars that's on the car that makes the difference.
Well, you guys are putting more of an emphasis on fun rather than time slips and reaction time. You guys make it to where line the cars up, let it go, race it to the end, and have some fun with it.
Yes, sir. And I tell you something else. I had to have classes there, to have something for everybody. And we pay $1,000 for each class, and we give like a 7-foot tall trophy, and then we give a lot of other things, to the drivers. And we have like a really neat, a really cool driver's bag. It's just loaded, with like a driver's only shirt. They get like a driver's, like VIP type pass and real cool lanyard, and it's just loaded up with a lot of goodies, from local business. And it's just $35, to race both days. But daggone, I got off subject there. Let's see.
No, that's good.
Back up here, guys.
It don't matter. Hey, let's just follow that subject, because you were talking to me and telling me that in your community there's a lot of coal miners that are out of work, they're having trouble making ends meet. And what are you doing for those guys out there?
We let those guys come in for, hey, I tell you what, Lucky, I guess I just got lucky. I remember what that it was. I was going to tell you about the $1,000 in the classes, and I want you to put me back on track, bro. Okay. We just hillbillies here having a good time. This the way I do it at the show. Everything just comes at random, and whatever they throw at me, we just take it and we just roll with it. What I was going to tell you is that once we get the class races done, run the classes, that is, what I like to do is we go to grudge racing. So if you've got a guy who was down there and he got beat in the drag radio class, and he's number 176, and he wants to run number 23 that was in the outlaw class, but that guy wanted to go ahead and take his drag radios off because he thinks he can do better with slicks, well, we put him right in there. And he just walks up there to the board, and he'll write 76 versus 123 or, whatever. And then the guys, they just start lining them up, and they just start feeding them to me. And, I guess, where we run the test and tune all day long on Friday, and we do a brief test and tune early on Saturday for the people that got there late on Friday. Lucky, you've raced so much, you know how it is, to break down or have trouble getting there to show up, and then you don't get no test passes in. So we open them up a test and tune for the fellas that traveled so far. And we got fellas coming all the way here from California.
Oh, wow.
They come from New Jersey, New York, Florida, Minnesota, Michigan. They come from all over the place, brother, to race with us here. And we try to be good to them and turn them on to a real good time.
Well, can't you talk just about as fast as us Californians talk? I can't believe how quickly you get so much subject in a minute's time. That's great.
Thank you. I tell you what, I lived out there in Kalispell, Montana for a while, and I got out there and I was working, and most of the people I'd meet out there, if anybody had any problem, they'd blame it on the Californians.
Well, and rightly so.
They still do. They still do.
Talk about what you got going on for the kids as well.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're doing for the kids. When I first started this thing, they come down here and want me to do a burnout contest, and I saw all these kids that was out there, and I had my old woman run out there, and I run up there to Walmart, and around here they call it Walmarts, and they run out there to Walmart, and we bought every Hot Wheel that they had, and I wanted to give something, from the community that I took from so daggone long for so many years, hot rod and rip and turn the streets all to pieces here, and so I'm really trying to turn this thing back around, and give back to the people, and so every child that comes to the gate, we give them a Hot Wheel. I want to make a big distinguishing deal here now that we also, all the kids that's from 3 to 8 years old, we give them a big wheel. They'll have the way we do it is we race them. And we started out there that the kids between 3 and 8, we had 50 of them. We have 48 big wheels, so somebody had to come across $50 a piece, to make things right there at the end of the day. And we get them out there 10 at a time. And there was a girl that came, and she just happened to have some racing clothes on, about a 7-year-old girl. And I let her get out there and arm drop the big wheels. We get them out there 10 at a time, and we crack them off. Let them go out there 200, 300 feet. We don't care. We just let them get out there and get involved. And the moms, the dads, the uncles, aunts, and cousins, nieces, and nephews, whoever, we get them all out there. and they just have a big old time. And they get and then after they get done, I get them on, I line them up, and I say, what would you like to have? What would you like to do? What could we give you? And I say, how would y'all like to have them big wheels? We just give every big wheel to every one of them.
Wow.
Cool.
I'll tell you something else we do with those big wheels. We have a special thing for the sponsors that we'll tape something up like up underneath the bottom of them, and I'll tell them, I say, now that you got that big wheel, won't you turn it over? And some of them will turn it over, and there'll be a prize. Like we'll give them like one of them inflatable birthday parties, or like we'll have a swimming pool party. We'll have tape to the bottom of it.
Wow.
And there's no catch. All kids 12 and under are free. And then there's a range of kids there. When they go to a drag race, them kids ain't got nothing to do but sit in the stands, so we're going to give them something else to do there.
You're like a hillbilly Oprah.
Yes, sir.
You're like a hillbilly Oprah. Look under your seat.
Yeah.
Hey, I made him. I said it's Preston's. It's two cities that are combined doing this. Prestonsburg, and then what's the other city?
It's Prestonsburg and Paintsville, Kentucky. And I heard you talk about the mayors, and actually our mayor challenged the other mayor to a race, and they're going to get their old squad cars out there, thinking they're going to crack them off.
Oh, that'll be great.
And, listen, we. If you want to race it, we're going to create a class. We're going to do something for you, make it fun. Now, I want to tell you at the same time, now, if we can pull this off, now, Jeff Lutz is coming for sure. He won the Drag Week thing, I think it was that the 2012 Drag Week, Jeff Lutz, and then like Larry Larson. Now, we don't know for sure if Larry's going to make it, but we're going to try our very best. Jeff is going to be here. Jeff said, Ken, I'm going to be there, and Jeff Lutz is the kind of guy, if he tells you it's Christmas, you can hang your stockings. Now, he's going to be there, brother. And so what I hope to do is that, we don't like to open the show. I say, hey, guys, it's a 2013 Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags, and we got two Dodge Neons. We don't want two Dodge Neons to crack it off down through in a grocery getter. So we're hoping to have those two guys at one drag week with Jeff Lutz and Larry Larson to open the show.
Wow, we're seeing pictures of the cars that are racing there. These aren't just little bitty, inexpensive grocery getters.
No, sir. There's some bad hombres in there.
You got the full gambit.
Yeah.
The full deal. Hey, tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing at the finish line this year with the police cars.
Okay, we've been following through with this the whole time, and then actually, I think some of them, they kind of like run out of nerve. Most of them, they think they got more nerve than Jesse James. They carry a 2.29 millimeters, a 22, a 30, a 357, but when you put them down there at the end of an 8-mile track, and they got some of these, there's several cars that come to this race. So there's cars that run, in the 850 range. We got 790 range cars. We got 1050 cars. We got 13-second cars, but we had two police cars down there at the end, and when it gets down there at nighttime, it's really cool. They got them new kind of like LED, them law lights there do. The police do. This is kind of like a good versus bad, and us all coming together because I'm an outlaw and they're the law. And so we have the two police, so everybody's supposed to be able to trust their judgment and stuff. When they crack them off and they get down there to the end, whoever won, the other police car turns his lights on there.
So that's the indicator. The car on the right wins, the police car on the right turns on his lights.
Yes, sir. Absolutely,
so
brother.
Isn't that kind of, a lot of times kids grow up saying, oh, man, the policeman's the bad guy. He's the guy that always catches me when I get in trouble. Isn't this kind of reinforcing that the policeman's your friend, your buddy?
Yes, we sure do there, Lucky. And, Lucky, I'll tell you something else that we do. I've created this other thing here, and now we kind of like put a name to it. And I think out there in California they call it the horsepower hour, but out here I call it the horsepower hour. And what we do there is that I'll take a little break or a little pause into action, and I get all the cars that want to. I'll let them pull out there on the track. We get 200 cars in 8th mile, and everybody all lined up, and I get everybody out there. And then I tell all the crowd and the kids if they'd like to, and we got a lot of laws out there, and the police, the deputy, the sheriff, and state police, everybody comes in. So we let them all come across the barriers. And we let them get out there and meet and greet with the drivers and talk there. And I give them an hour to get out there, we'll make where you fellas can understand me too,
Well, you're talking fine. We're the ones with the accent.
I heard that, brother. That's what I told them people in Montana. They call me Kentucky up there.
Hey, Kent, now, besides, of course, having the wonderful Brett Wagner coming down there, you got someone else that's off a TV show coming down. Talk about that gentleman.
We got Bobby Brantley from Lizard Lick Towing. I'll be totally honest with you there. They always put my phone number on the poster there, my cellular number there. And let me tell you something. These women have called me and wore me slap dab out. They're going to come. They're coming from hours and hours, from hours and hours, that is, from all over the place. And they're wanting to come up here and they want to see Bobby Brantley.
Okay.
Hey, I'm serious, brother. If I tell you it's Christmas, hang you stocking. They're wearing us out wanting to come and see that guy.
Now,
I got all the drag racers and the racers wanting to come and see Brett Wagner. and I got all these women here that's wanting to come and see Bobby Brantley. I just got to figure out how to get the mamas and the papaws and the rest of them, or we're going to have them all, Lucky.
Now, Kent, I'm gonna have you put you on pause here for a second because
right,
we got some video here. We got a guy with a GoPro that he attached to the car, and it's pointing right at you. And what you're doing is you're lining up an S10 Chevy pickup, and or pick me up, depending on the part of the country. And then you got a car in the right-hand lane, and you just kind of put them where you think they should be, and then you go up and you get them set up, and then you ask them, "Hey, you guys ready?" And then you do the arm drop, and that way everybody gets a good, clean start, and everybody's happy with that, huh?
Yeah, that is basically what you told right there, Lucky. You were drinking the Kool-Aid right there, brother, and you were exactly 100% on point right there. And I tell you what the deal. I tell them at the drivers' meeting, I said, look, guys, we're here to have good, clean fun. We search the coolers. I tell them, if I catch you with the Lord said, you spend a night in the box. I catch you with a pain pill, you spend a night in the box. We're not having no drinking. We ain't putting up none of that crap. We're keeping it clean. And I tell them, I say, hey, guys, look, if you get down there to the end, you didn't agree with the lights or whatever happened, if you got a problem, pull up here right now, and let's settle this thing. And I'll give them 2 minutes to sell it. If they can't sell it, I'll settle it for them. And, we're going to put them right back in there. We want to get this thing done and get it over with, pay the classes, and go to grudge racing. That grudge racing, man, I tell you what, Brett, when you come down here, man, and you hang out, while Bobby's over there hanging out with the women, you can get over here and we're going to drag race, brother.
Hey, man, I'm ready. I'm excited. I've been, since we talked many months ago, I've been a big supporter of you and what you're doing, and everybody from both towns has been awfully nice and corresponding with me, and we've been putting the word out there, both you and I, about this deal, and I think it's just going to get bigger and better, and I see this thing going on for 20, 30 years.
I'm thinking Kent should go to different states. Maybe go down to Tennessee, run an event out there. Maybe come out here to California, run an event out here, and just kind of come around different locations. Bring your magic with you. Bring your attitude, and bring your
it's charisma. I think it's charisma.
Is it charisma?
Yeah,
what was the part of
and energy?
It's shake and bake, guys.
It's a shake and bake.
That's what we got.
What's the part about the Red Wing boots, though? What's the deal?
No, we don't want to hear that, Lucky.
Yeah, let's just moving right along. I don't know if that's the PG-13 or the rated R version they call it, but we're trying to stay real PG-13 here with everybody.
I think it's just a lot of positive energy. The things that you're doing for your community, the things that you're doing for the racers. I think you just kind of bring people up to a certain level and give them that energy. It's like infectious almost, and I think it's wonderful.
Ma'am. And, getting on that there, and I want to come back to you too, ma'am. We're Lucky was talking about us taking this thing, to different states. Now, we've already got a real good hardcore track that does, real good pro. I mean, he's got this guy is real well known in London, Kentucky, because everybody likes to go there because the way he preps his track. Lucky, I guarantee he's all over that kind of stuff. Everybody that comes to spectate and watch, but when you're the racer, that track prep is what makes you, it's just so daggone important. Well, he has agreed to let me come down there and do no track prep whatsoever. And he contacted me and he said, Kent, I want you down here and I want you to do one of these arm drops. Next thing you know, one thing led to another over here in West Virginia. They want me to come over there and do one at Fort Gay. And we love to come out there at California and do one too. And I tell you what I was going to tell you, ma'am, is our my TV producer. I'm just kidding. I'm talking about my TV producer. But my TV producer there, he was watching this thing earlier that you all put on the internet, and where it's all nationwide and stuff. And he really liked your voice, and he thinks that you got the ultimate voice, sir. For the Hillbilly Drags TV show.
Right
there, you a good bite right there, ma'am.
Well, thank you kindly. That's quite the compliment.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, she's got quite a few assets, actually, Ken. But the voice is a good one.
There goes our PG rating.
Now, Ken, let me ask you this: what if a guy like me toes out? And if I have to, maybe I'm going to have to bring Diana Might so that the gates are open.
Well, I do have my own race car, Lucky.
Floodgates will be
Hey, Lucky, let me tell you what we got. We got Willard Kinzer up here, and I'll tell you what he's got. He's got a twin-engine jet, and he's got a jet helicopter. Now, Brett's going to get a ride in that. Matt Mungle just got off the phone with my son. Matt's that guy, he's a kingpin from up there at Racecraft. He does all the stuff to my car, like all the suspension stuff like that. We big on the sand tufts and everything. Lucky they're drinking that good Kool-Aid right there, I guarantee it. And let me tell you something. something. You guys want to come, we're going to take care of you, and we'll roll that jet in down there to Lexington Airport, and we'll pick the whole load up, bring you up here in Pike County. We're going to haul you in here to Floyd County. Listen, this guy, he's Willard Kinsler. He's the one that bought the David Wolf, twin-turbo Mustang. And, works with Jeff Lutz and Patrick Barnhill, and he set several world records. And Willard there, he helps me out with some things, we need to partake in some of the finer pleasures of life of getting in a Mercedes-Benz. And, we get in that jet. Willard comes over here, and he pulls up to my double wide, and he's got a 2000, I think it's a 2013 Ferrari. And he picks me up, and I got about 200 guineas out here, and I get all my guineas cleared out. And he takes me up there at Pikeville, and we get in that twin-engine jet and flies me all over the United States, or going these races and places.
You've been on pastime as well.
And we would like to turn you. Now, Brett, you're going to be riding in that baby. When I tell you it's Christmas, you hang your stockings, Brett. Listen, we're going to give you its Cadillac style, brother.
Now you guys take good care of Brett, because he's a big friend of the Speed Scene Live show. But Brett is the kind of guy where no matter where he goes, everybody's his friend. Everybody likes him, and he just kind of draws you in, and he makes you a buddy. So you guys did a really good move by bringing Brett out there to
Thank you
your
very
event.
much, brother.
Oh,
that's what I've always noticed about him, Lucky. I'll be honest with you. We had other people that contacted. I had guys, they just keep bringing stuff in front of me and laying it over. And I had a friend here, who kept on hitting on Brett there, and he had done him there last year. But, we never ever dreamed that we'd be able to get Brett Wagner out here 125 miles east of Lexington, Kentucky. And, the way I see it, Brett Wagner, he's bigger than the Catalina wine mixer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nobody is bigger than the Catalina wine mixer.
I tell you, it's Christmas, hang your stock, and I want every one of you out here. You guys, we get to, I tell you what my TV producer told me. He said, Kent, the next time I look you in the eyes, he said, we're going to be talking about money and talking about a contract. When I get me a contract, I want to come out there, and I'd like to sign it out there on this Speed Scene Live TV. That's what I'd like to do.
Well, you guys fly out here. We'll put you on the show, and it's a guaranteed deal. You guys are welcome in our studio anytime.
Awesome, brother.
Appreciate that.
Now, you can hang your stockings on that.
This is totally awesome. It's the best we've ever had.
That's right. I'm going to tell you, Ken, right now, you come on out here to the West Coast, and I'm going to put you in this studio. If I say it's Christmas, you can hang your stockings on it, because it's shake and bake, brother. And let me tell you one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, now, Kent, real quick, so the people at home, if they want to get some info and they want to come hang out with you and me, tell the folks where they can see us this weekend.
Okay, they can see us at the Combs Airport between Prestonsburg and Paintsville, Kentucky. It's 125 miles east of Lexington, Kentucky. And the best thing to do is type in 41653 in your GPS.
And is there a website or a
yes,
Facebook?
Sir. You can go to www.facebook.com/armdropguy.
Oh, that's easy. Arm drop guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. And how much does it cost for a spectator?
A spectator is $10 to get in, and we charge It's $10 for the spectators, $35 for the racers for both days. Mm-hmm. And
nice.
pit passes are $15.
And now, if somebody shows up and they get hungry or thirsty, is there places there to buy food and drinks?
Hey, yeah, that's lucky. I'll tell you, we got this fella over here named Pig and a Poke. He's got one of the most awesome barbecue, but he just actually opened up another one up here in Pike County. It's the largest county in Kentucky. And, man, he just does business is incredible. And he's going to have deep-fried turkey legs, deep-fried pickles, barbecue chicken. He's going to do like a bag-type deal. You get like a tater chips, and you get some barbecue or a chicken sandwich, and a pop, a big old pop there for $5. Man, bottled pop.
Dang, man.
That's a good deal. So bring the whole family, bring the kids, bring Grandma, bring everybody but the guineas. Come on down out here and leave them at home, and you go ahead and go down to the Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags. It's guaranteed good time because Kent Rose told you it is, and you can hang your stockings on that.
Yes, sir. God
That's
bless
right.
y'all.
Shake and bake, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Boys.
You take good care of our buddy Brett out there, okay?
We'll do it, brother. I'll tell you. I will. I promise you we will.
I'll see you Thursday, my man.
Thank you, Brett. See
We'll
you, brother.
talk to you. Well, that was incredible.
Bam.
Bruce, let's do a commercial break. I know we've got Charlie Harmon from the NMCA coming up, going to talk about NMCA west of Pomona. We've got Hot Rod Bob Beck talking about the Revved Up for Kids car show, and we've got Brett Big Swag right here live in studio. He's live and large.
Hi, I'm Bobby Boogaloo Schwartz, and when I'm not winning here at Industry Speedway, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies, and other underside parts like correct link steering systems keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at CurrieEnterprises.com. Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Currie Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFote.com.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. You're live with Diana Mike. Boy, having to follow that was, I just don't know how I can do it. But I'm here. So is Scott Lucky Hudson.
You know, that's right. That is the voice of the Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags right there.
And also Brett Wagner. We've got Bob.
Hey, what was that? What
kind of face was that?
He's still tired.
Oh, I'm sorry. This
Come
is
on.
the real voice of the Hillbilly.
No. I think Kent Rose is the real voice. But, that was a very nice deal there, Dynamite. I mean, if they get the TV show going, maybe you'd be the voice of it.
Pretty soon.
Well,
You couldn't.
I would love to be the female voice.
Yes.
We've got Bob Beck. As well as Bruce Barker back there handling the controls. But you know what we really need to do right now is go to line 2 and welcome Charlie Harmon from NMCA West. Charlie, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey guys, how are you?
We are doing great, Charlie. Hey, you got a big race coming up at Pomona, May 16th through the 19th. And tell us a little bit about this big event. We've got some footage right here from last year's event while you're talking.
Well, that's great, and I can't wait, and I know you'll be there. I hope Diana will be there again.
I'll be
and,
there.
Right. You know what, Charlie? I got to tell you.
Entry list right now, so they keep pouring in, but we're so excited to have the privilege to come back to Pomona and run at that prolific facility. It's a great opportunity for Southern California drag racers, and we encourage everybody to come out and join us. Even if you can't get in, you should come out and witness it, because it is something, as you know, and it's just a tremendous opportunity that NHRA has provided us.
Well, Charlie, we got to tell you, last year was the inaugural event at Pomona, and you hit the worst weekend of the year weather-wise. It was the hottest weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was warm.
Super hot. This year, you've moved it up quite a bit. The weather's going to be nice. It's going to be perfect.
But you know that's great though, because he's a race promoter that learns from, hey, let's not do it in July. Let's do it in May. It's these guys that keep doing the same thing every year, expecting different results when they're not doing something to fix the issue. Charlie fixed the issue. Great job,
There's
Charlie.
no doubt we're in a better time. Hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed with rain. You can't really tell in this business.
It's
but,
Mother Nature. What do you do, sweetie?
I think the odds are in our favor anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
And based on the amount of pre-entries, it's going to be every bit as exciting as it was last year.
Absolutely.
Now, people can go to nmcadigital.com. They can enter. There's a link right there. I know that myself and Diana Mike, we already entered it. We entered within the first hour that it came up. And I'm encouraging everybody to enter right away, because I predict that this event will be sold out.
Well, it will. It did last year, and some of the some of the more popular classes are getting close to being closed down. So if you do intend to participate, I would encourage you to get on there and go to nmcadigital.com. There's a big banner right across the front page, the home page. You can't miss it. And get on there and get your entry in so that you get guaranteed entrance into the event.
Well, now, if they can't race, it would be great to have a ton of spectators in those stands rooting on the racers, right?
That is absolutely right. There are so many stands out there. You know, we want to do our best to try to fill them up because it's such an opportunity, and there is such good racing, and you know, there are a lot of great cars in Southern California that don't have the opportunity to run a quarter mile.
You're right.
often.
You're right. And this is Pomona. This is the track of all tracks in Southern California. You know, for many a year we were able to go there and race on a regular basis, but now because of you, we get to do it once a year, and we're very thankful. But you know what? They missed this event. It's not going to be until next year.
You're right, Diana Mike. Pomona is the track of all tracks. If you are a drag racer in Southern California, you might be lucky enough to attend an NHRA Winter Nationals or
and
Finals.
pay through the nose.
But you
Did
know,
I say that?
right here, hey, back off, girl. Yeah, right here, who do you think you are, Scotty Richardson? Right here is your opportunity to race at a fantastic facility, quarter mile, great track, great pits, great place, and a historic location as well. So, Charlie, kudos to the NMCA West for making this happen at all. You guys are the only ones that ever managed to pull this off.
Yeah.
Well, we fortunate to have some allies at NHRA, and if it wasn't for NHRA and Dale Coleman and Jim Hinwood at the Fairplex, we wouldn't have this opportunity. But they recognized that the community needed some relief. They needed an outlet,
You're
and
right.
we were fortunate enough for them to give us the opportunity.
Now, this has got, just so people that aren't familiar with this type of racing are aware, a bunch of sportsman racers like me, Diana Might, we're going to be racing, but there's also the heads-up racers, the fast guys, the pro street. We've got all the super, super fast True 10.5 tire class. We got the turbo, the nitrous, the blower cars. We're expecting low 6-second, maybe even some 5-second passes.
I would almost put a bet on with you, Scott, that you'll see a 5-second pass if we've got good weather conditions out there.
Yeah.
There are some guys. I mean, Mike Bowman, Scott Oaksis, Joe Lapone. There are a number of heavy hitters, and you guys know Lapone. He knows his way around the track.
Lapone,
and, he's coming out with Daryl Hubbard, and I mean, they're loaded for bear.
Well, and we want to remind everybody, you know, at the end of the year, the wonderful banquet that you guys put together and those, you know, the great jackets that the top 10 racers in their classes all got. I mean, you guys really go out for the racers.
What about the rings, Diana?
Oh, that's
the
right.
Rings.
Oh, my gosh. Phenomenal.
Incredible. Well, Charlie?
It's like a Super Bowl ring almost.
Tell us about the rings.
Oh, that's the Nitto Diamond Tree ring, and it's become, you know, it's really become a sought after item for, you know, I mean, I think I explained it to you before. You know, Jim Hughes, who won the 2002 NHRA World Championship, has his ring, and he's seen that Nitto Diamond Tree ring. He goes, "That's better looking than my ring." You know, it's got three diamonds, 2 rubies, and 2 emeralds. Wow. And he said, "I want one of those. I may come out of retirement." That's better looking. So it is, and we appreciate Nitto helping us on that.
Well, you know, Charlie, I got to let you know that tonight you're sharing the show with Brett Big Swag Wagner, star of TV, star of film. He's a huge drag racing fan, and I don't know if he's going to be in the area. I know he's flying back to Kentucky the week before. He'll probably be recuperating after that for a while. But
well, do you have Charlie, do you have the out of work TV show host division?
Come on, bring it, buddy.
Okay.
We'll bring it. We got an extra room at my place, and we'll take good care of you.
Well, now, you know, I'm sure there'll probably be some celebrities like Brett as well as some other people at this event, because I know this event draws a lot of attention. Of course, the vendor area, I'll be there in the Curry Rear Ends Hedman Hustler booth. Diana Might will be there handing out Speed Scene Live stickers. But there'll be a whole bunch of different vendors, and there'll be a whole bunch of stuff going on. And then also, won't you be having a car show?
We got a car show going, and it's really growing. I'm getting lots of response, and we've got some great clubs involved, and we'll definitely have a nice car show for the folks. We'll have a swap meet as well, and we've got over 60 people registered for the vendor midway right now.
That's
from
great.
the Edelbrocks to the Hollies to everybody.
To the Currys.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, Charlie, I know you just flew in from Maryland, so you couldn't make it in live in studio. We miss having you here live. I know Diana Might was looking forward to it. I've never seen her wear a dress so short, Charlie. I mean, she thought you were coming in studio, and so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe next time you can make a little bit more of an effort.
Tell her to keep that dress around.
She might be able to race in it. We can maybe bring it down to the track.
There we go.
The next time you see her, she'll be wearing her driving suit, and she'll be, Dash 5 fireproof suit. So she'll be ready to go. But anybody in the area, in fact, here's a shot of her car right here showing the NMCA Muscle Car Nationals license plate. Now, Charlie, anybody that's in the area, we tell them, come on down to Pomona. That's going to be May 16th through the 19th, and it's a great event. If you're going to be a racer, sign up at nmcadigital.com now. If you're not a racer, if you're a spectator, come on down, bring the family, bring the kids. It's a great environment for the whole family, and we're all going to have a great time out at Pomona, thanks to Charlie and the NMCA West.
Well, thank you guys, and I appreciate you so much, and I really appreciate what you're doing and the level of professionalism you bring to this show and the sport, and it means a lot to us. So thank you guys very much.
Did he say professionalism?
I think he was talking about you.
No.
Of course,
he's talking about the pink camouflage hat.
Hey, well, Charlie, I think I'm home that weekend, so I'll see if we can get down there and help you out and do whatever you need.
Hey, Lucky's got my number. Just give me a call, whatever you need.
You got it, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Uh-huh.
Man, that sounds exciting.
Oh, man, it's going to be a great race, and, come on down. The weather's going to be great. The track's going to be great. And some of the cars out there, Joe Lapone has this beautiful Pro Street
purple
Duster, huge motor. The whole Duster is about 18. The roof's about 18 inches off the ground.
Didn't he win that race out at Famosa, Lucky?
He did. He won the last race.
Wow.
He's number one in points. He wants to take the whole championship. So, like Charlie said, there are going to be a lot of great people out there racing.
And he's running a Speed Scene Live sticker.
Well, that's why he's doing so well.
And where else can you go? I mean, like you said, unless you have the big bucks and you can go afford one of them big races, where else can you go see a 5-second car?
Really?
Nowhere.
Where?
Nowhere. There isn't any place, unless you go back east.
Right.
So, hey, Bruce, let's take one more commercial break, and when we come back, we've got Hot Rod Bob Beck and his gas.
Nice. Yeah, it's permeating the air.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best fight for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you. Slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online. Mention the Speed Scene and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. 4773. MNHTires.com.
Everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you.
Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFoat.com.
We are back and so much more to go. I would be the Bruce Barker guy that I just mentioned. There's Diana Mite. There's Lucky Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
Brett Wagner from Pastime and so much more is in the studio.
So much more. Where do they sit?
He doesn't look happy.
We don't have enough seats for so much more.
We do.
Oh, we do? Oh.
Is my love handle rubbing you?
Oh,
I'm
gee,
just
Brad.
It's rubbing him the wrong way.
Yeah. It's that weed whacker that's the problem.
Oh, yeah, that. Get it. Hey.
Yeah,
After the show, you guys come in and clean up the place. All right, Bob, time for Great American Auto Scene with Hot Rod Bob Beck.
That's right. You've got gas here on Speed Scene Live, and Lucky and I had the great opportunity to be at Edelbrock's 75th anniversary car show for Rev It Up for Kids. Now, Christy Edelbrock started this foundation about 8 years ago, and they do a heck of a car show. They block off 5 or 6 streets around Edelbrock's headquarters and manufacturing facility in Torrance, California. Now, the car we're looking at right now, Trevor Larkin's the owner of it. It was his dad's car, Tommy Larkin. During the Cackle Fest, he spun the end of the crankshaft off it.
What?
These guys were firing up. They had 9 Cackle cars. And on the first round, one would start up and they go all the way to the end. For the second round, they all started up at the same time. You had thousands of horsepower blaring in your ears, and I'll tell you what, then you had the music from High Energy Sound Machine.
He did a great job, too.
And Brett was doing a good job. Some great cars. Now, this is right in front of the Edelbrock building. That red Cadillac we just passed was one of the award winners. Well, I don't remember how many awards we gave out, but there were hundreds of awards and some of the greatest cars around.
Ooh, very subtle flame job.
And, you know, he may have been one of the guys who got the award for flames. There were Chevelles, there were hot rods, there were muscle cars, there were Cobras, there were GT 350s, there were exotics. There were a couple of hot-rodded cab-over trucks. One pulling a beautiful trailer, the other one hauling a 56 Ford or 55 Ford panel.
Oh, that's nuts.
There were just some great cars. There was more horsepower there, and a lot of it was due to Edelbrock's own pieces.
This car here had 1,500 horsepower, and he drives it on the street.
I thought you were going to say 1,500 individual chromed parts on the engine.
Too. Well, inside, too. I mean, if it doesn't go, chrome it. But this car goes. And this was one of the fine examples of car. Now, there's the trophies. These were the neatest trophies ever. They were Edelbrock red, of course, and they were gas pumps. And every class got one. They had a best of in, I guess, 30 or 40 different classes there. And we found out after we got there that Dave McClellan and I were the trophy girls. We didn't know that, but
wow,
actually,
what a visual!
So Dave and I were doing the trophy award presentation, and
one
it was
piece
great.
Or thong.
And
yes,
yeah, we had Victoria. It's no secret.
Now we're going to show you you and Dave in action in a little bit. Show you making some of the presentations.
Yeah.
But you actually went around with the wireless mic and you talked to a bunch of the people and you did interviews and
talked to the racers, talked to the attendees.
I tried to film it, but unfortunately you were way out. Hey, check out this car. This car is one of the cars that won an award.
Yeah.
And he took this car, and underneath it It's completely modern hot rod technology.
Wow.
Is that right?
Yeah, but
Just amazing.
dressed in his old chauffeur outfit, and he wore it all day long. He was in costume all day long. And we had some great weather. Temperatures in the upper 60s, a little bit of overcast. The sun broke through a few times, but the cars were great. The temperatures were wonderful. And there were Bender's booths there. You were there with Hedman headers, Curry rear ends, M&H tires. You had it all covered. And there were other manufacturers. And Edelbrock was giving tours of the manufacturing facilities. Plus, Dick's Garage was open with all the historic cars.
I was wondering what that car was, and we finally got the badge.
Well, let's go ahead and listen to Bob and Dave McClellan.
Big Mac.
Oh, here we go. How about now?
Soon.
How about now? Huh?
Scully.
There we go.
I knew it had to be. Now, I'm telling you, you go look. Oh, yeah. He'd attempt to emulate the Blues Brothers, and we thought maybe the emergency room needed to be notified. That's a congratulations. Neat car, by the way. Go take a look, and you say, oh, look, it's all original, until you look at the A-frames and all of that, and the coilover shocks in the front, and you realize, hey, this is a hot rod.
Sitting over in the Curry rear ends booth all day.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Timmy.
It's been a great show for everybody, and our thanks to all the vendors coming out. Who?
I do love those trophies, man.
Oh, they were great.
I just want to say something. Is it okay if I say something? Thank you very much from Edelbrock. We have become a family, and everything is so perfect with what we got going on. Thank you very much to Hedman Headers that brought us here today. And you have no idea, this was very unexpected. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you, Edelbrock, and thank you, Hedman Headers. Love you all.
This lady really got emotional.
Yeah.
You know, they had that Chevelle in the booth with us all day long. They didn't expect to win anything. They said, we just come out here for fun, but it's a beautiful, flawless Chevelle. And, Tom, how about this one, huh, brother? Take a look at this one. So, yeah, this is a great-looking car. They were overwhelmed to win, and I got the pleasure to stand next to this car all day long.
Now, Christy Edelbrock, unfortunately, had taken ill just before the show, so she didn't get to attend the show that she puts on for the foundation that she began. So, hopefully she's doing great and recovering rapidly from her illness. But Vic was there, Nancy was there, the whole crew from Edelbrock was there. They were giving tours of the manufacturing, the engineering, and everything. And all of Vic's cars were there on display as well.
There was also a few other people. Ed Iskandarian,
Yes.
the Cam father, was there. Some famous drag racers were there. There was a lot of people, a lot of famous people there that were out there. And it was really a great event. Of course, lots of kids. They had the challenge where the kids take the motors apart and reassemble them.
Oh, nice.
They were taking an engine apart and reassembling it, and the team that put it together right and the quickest goes on to the next round. It's a engine building challenge, in the high schools all get involved from all over.
I remember seeing that at
they had a Cruising for a Cure.
You and I, Bruce, would have. It just would have taken you and me. We would have won that thing in a split second.
Well, you could have picked the engine up yourself and put it on the stand.
Yeah.
You didn't need the jack stand.
No, they didn't need the
As long
engine
as it's a
stand at all.
four-cylinder, we're okay there. Sounds like it was a great time. I think, boy, you guys had a good time, and I think, Bruce, we got to get out there next year.
You do.
Dang,
It's
you
a
are
great
so
show.
right, man.
Now, the guy
You're so
I'm talking to right there now is Dave Mandela. He has the 1977 Shirley Muldowney Championship dragster. Wow. They found it sitting up in the upper desert area. They knew it was one of Shirley's cars, but until they got into restoring it, they didn't find out it was the actual championship car. Wow.
Holy cow.
And they also had the pinstriping guy.
Yep.
How do those guys do that?
That guy's far more steady than I will ever be.
How do you like those rings?
I didn't bring my rings today. I feel I'm a little bare knuckle, but those are pretty cool. The pinstriping is. I got a good friend named Scratch, who's hopefully Scratch.
Yeah, I know Scratch.
Hopefully we're gonna have a TV show for Scratch this year, because it's one of those art forms that people just don't. These guys, man, are so good, especially when they freehand stuff, and that's usually what they're doing. You give them an idea and they just go freehand. freehand. You just can't believe what they do. Can I send a shout out real quick?
Absolutely.
I got 50 or 60. I'm a gamer now. You know what that means? I play a little Stormfall. It's a game on Facebook there. Now my hired killers, my teammates, my 50 to 100, they're all texting me. They're listening. They're like, "Who's that cute blonde on the show?" So yes,
that's Bob Beck.
Yes. So I want to send a little shout out to them. Thanks for hanging with us on Speed Scene Live.
Hey, Bob mentioned Shirley Muldowney's car.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, looking good too, isn't it?
And he cackles that car. He starts it up. They run it. Like I said, there were 9 cackle cars there. All either there was maybe one recreation, but the rest were all original Top Fuel cars or altereds of the day. The Burkhardt car, they retired in 1975 from racing.
Wow.
It is still, the same family owns it. They still run it, but now it's a cackle car. They just figured out, it's worth too much now to take the chance. And by the way, we're 40 years older now. So we cackle the car, and they all run on nitro. They sound great. They had them all lit up. And I'll tell you what, there's no sweeter sound than nitro cackling out of the pipes on a car.
Now, unless you break your crankshaft.
Unless you do that.
Yeah.
Now, Bob, let me ask you. I noticed there's a trend at car shows lately, and by the way, this is just a small segment of all the cars. There were so many cars. But I noticed there's a trend of guys that get these wacky, wild trucks and build them up as either car transporters or they fix up nostalgic trailers.
Yeah.
And there was a couple here we're going to see in a moment, but it seems like these guys are really taking it to the next level, and they're getting trucks that were, like industrial trucks.
They were
back
actual
in the
work
day.
trucks. Yeah. Now, back in the day, all the manufacturers built trucks. It wasn't just the Fords and the Freightliners and the Mack. Studebaker, Dodge, Chevrolet, GMC, they all built a cab-over truck.
So like a 1-ton or what?
No, these were big transport. They were like big rigs.
Okay.
And some of them were before diesel engines became popular, so they were gasoline-powered.
And some 6-cylinder, correct?
Some 6-cylinder. Now, especially in the case of the Mopars back
look at
then.
that.
Here's one right here.
Wow.
These, what they called, were cab-over, or COEs, cab-over engine trucks.
Gorgeous.
Now,
Serious
the bed on the back of this was obviously not from the era, but it's made to look swoopy like it was, and it's a car transporter.
Wow.
The cab is sitting on a late model style chassis. It's bagged, it's lowered, it's dropped. It's really nice. There's another one there. He goes to all the car shows with that one. This is the one, I believe, this is one of the ones that was awarded the best commercial truck at this year's event. It is a gorgeous Ford cab-over truck. Now, and we're kind of leading in a couple of weeks, I've got a show, I'm putting together a show of transporter trucks from the day. Now, this is another one of the cab-overs.
Wow.
And this one seems like it might even have an original, maybe not correct from day one, but an old styled air conditioner on the roof.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah. Air conditioning back then was open the window, the wind wing, and pointed towards you to do 55 if you could get that fast.
Now look at that trailer. Is that all aluminum?
That is an aluminum trailer.
Beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
It was built by an airplane company.
Yeah.
Wow.
Spartan.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, and that was on display. He had diagrams of the trailer and the truck, putting it together and so forth. And there was even a motorcycle class.
Well,
where he had a
thank
bunch of
goodness.
bikes.
Thank goodness.
Just
Two-wheel
for you.
thunder.
Just
well,
for you.
At one point in time, Edelbrock was making motorcycle engine parts, too.
Yeah. Well, Lucky, remember that beautiful yellow one we always see out at Famosa? It had the trailer that matched and then the big old cab over. And the cool thing about the trailer, it had like open windows with bars. Yeah, way cool.
I am very excited. Ian Roussel from Car Warriors is building me a 48 International.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
There
we're
we
gonna
go.
we're gonna do some interesting stuff. I really love the cab overs.
Yeah.
And you know, in the last 5, 6 years, 10 years, they've become like the
That's
rage.
the hot
If you can
thing,
find them.
Yeah, you got to find them.
If you got to find them. So I'll stick with the 48 International, and we're pretty excited about
You're going
that.
to have a corn binder.
Got any video?
Not yet. We're going to
get us some video.
Ian Russell's got a new show. I'm not sure the title, but Mav TV is starting to pick up some shows. Actually,
Awesome.
picked up. They're going to do a car builder series on him.
All right.
Hey, Brett, we're almost at the top of the hour, but you were going to send a
real close.
challenge out to somebody.
Yes.
Who was
now,
that?
Lucky and myself, we're very big fans. And of YellowBullet.com.
Sure.
And YellowBullet.com, big supporters of Speed Scene Live. And, of course, they've been very gracious to me. And Monty Buddy, Monty, the creator, the man behind YellowBullet.com. Lucky said, Schwag, get Monty out here. I want him in the studios because the man he's got his ear to the ground, to the pavement, to the drag strip. He knows. He puts on the Yellow Bullet Nationals every year. Good guy. Great website. Don't let your kids go there, though. But it's fun. But the man knows what he's doing. And Monty, the challenge right now.
We'll put him in this chair right here that Brett... Well, maybe we'll clean it first.
Wait a minute, we'll clean it first.
Yeah. But this is the chair right here.
You need to come out. You need to come hang out with us in California anyways. Get to hang out with Bob, Dynamite, Lucky, Bruce. Bruce and me will take you out for a tasty beverage.
We'll take you to the drags, too.
There you go. How's that?
We'll make it a whole week.
Challenge has been thrown down, Monty.
The Monty Challenge.
The gauntlet. The gauntlet.
Okay, so basically we're saying, Monty, come on down.
That was the nice way of saying it.
Yeah. Get your... Hey, let's do what's going on. I know it's the top of the hour. We got to do a couple extra minutes because there's too much going on. We got to talk about, right, Dynamite?
Absolutely. And what's going on is brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends. Curry's got your rear end ready and waiting for you. Also by Hedman Hustler Headers.
That's right, and DragRaceResults.com. Go to DragRaceResults.com for all the info on big events like the Hillbilly Arm Drop Drags. That's May 10th and 11th at Prestonburg, Kentucky. Come on out and see Big Schwag out there. Shake his hand. Buy him a pig and a poke.
A pig and a poke,
And also, Schooled by Scotty at Caprock Motorplex, Penwell, Texas, May 10th through the 12th.
Hey, May 11th at Lucas Oil Raceway in Indy, there's a big VW race, a car show, and an autocross. We want to say thanks to announcer Mike Coyle for letting us know about this event. There's going to be Volkswagen Pro Stocks. There's going to be all kinds of racing bugs, man.
And let's not forget, NMCA West, that's going to be at Pomona, May 16th through the 19th. Look for Speed Scene Live and the Curry Rear Ends booth.
And, hey, that's a good-looking purple Nova right here.
Absolutely.
Hey, May 25th, there's going to be a big car show at Big Creek Lumber in Atwater, California from 10 to 2. Stop on by, say hi to my friend Reg, but come on down to Big Creek Lumber in Atwater, California.
And Scotty's going to be teaching at Northern Lights Raceway, May 24th.
And the Super Chevy Show, that's right, that's going to be at Auto Club Famoso, May 31st to June 2nd, and you can buy your entry, your tech card. You can get everything you need at thefote.com.
And last but not least, let's not forget the Speed Scene Live Nationals. Those are going to be June 8th at Great Bend with Scotty Richardson. He's going to be there doing the class on June 7th, and they have a team race on Sunday the 9th. So basically 3 days of racing, 3 chances to win money. Visit the track at SRCAdragstrip.com. Again, SRCAdragstrip.com.
Nice. Well, that's it. We went OT a little bit because when you got Big Schwag in the room, you need a big hour.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Bob. It's great seeing you. Of course, everybody. Bruce!
Wood!
Brucey.
Good seeing you, my man.
You too. You too as well.
Thank you, sir.
Tune in next week. We got a great show lined up for next week. Speed Scene Live. If you missed the live show, you can catch it anytime on the archives. You can catch it on the rerun. You can catch it on your phone or mobile device.
Ooh, nice.
I like those mobile devices.
We humans are, in a sense, mobile devices, aren't we?
Kind of.
Some are more mobile than others.
That's true, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, so I'll stop.
know.
And let's go this way instead. Yeah.
Oh, you want to go that way, do you?
That's just my camera. It's out of adjustment.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, everybody, coming up next, Speed Scene Live's encore presentation of the show you just saw and you are continuing to see if you stay tuned, which I know is a great idea. It's highly recommended. 4 out of 5 dentists say so. So coming up next, the Encore Show. And, of course, we're back in 1 week from right now for yet more here at Speed Scene Live. Good night, everybody.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and thefote.com.